Delivering with Amazon. So in this video, we are going to cover an overview of what it is like delivering with Amazon. Don't forget to subscribe and also turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Hit the like button if you find this video interesting. The first thing that I want to look at is the types of vehicle that Amazon uses for delivery. One is the regular vans that you see, the most common ones. That this van doesn't hold a lot of packages, but it's the most basic one because you don't need anything more than a license and some driving skills to drive this vehicle. You have the CDVs, which is a little bit bigger than the regular vehicle. It is, I think it's almost the same size as a step van in terms of height, but the length, a step van is way bigger. And we have the next vehicle, which is the electric vehicle. Now, this vehicle is not at many states, but I know they roll out this in certain states, like maybe New York or California and so on. And then finally, you have the step vans. So the step van is the most difficult of all the Amazon vehicles because it is bigger, and so the judgment on the vehicle is gonna be a lot different from the regular vans. I am also a step van driver. What that means is I'm certified to drive the step vans. And in order for you to be certified to drive the step van, you have to do a medical, and you also have to do a driving test. And this driving test, it involves looking at judgments of the step vans, making sure that you know how to take corners with it, because again, the judgment is going to be different. So these are the types of vehicles that Amazon uses for delivery. When you see an Amazon delivery driver, or when you see an individual in an Amazon branded uniform, they have the shirt, they have the pants, the hat, everything, and the vest, and they're in an Amazon vehicle, they don't actually work for Amazon. So that's weird, right? Very weird. But yes, they don't actually work for Amazon. The thing is, Amazon have DSP, and what this means is delivery service partners, where they would hire the DSPs, and then the DSPs will hire the drivers. So it's basically a third party. You understand? So we don't actually work for Amazon. And I know that might seem weird because we're delivering Amazon packages, right? And if you try to reach us, if there's any problem via the app, you will still get in touch with the driver. But we don't work for Amazon. And that's also a pretty smart move by Amazon, I should say, because if a delivery driver is involved in an accident, Amazon has nothing to do with it. It is a DSP that would be responsible to fix any damages. So if a driver hits someone's house or hits someone's car, it is a DSP that is liable to fix that damage, not Amazon. One thing with Amazon is that, moreover, you will find out that they're coming up with some sort of rules every now and again. To be honest, some of these rules some of it is really ridiculous. I'm not saying that we shouldn't follow rules, but rules can get to a place where persons are very uncomfortable. And one of the rules that I'm just going to address is the engine off compliance. I know it's for safety, so the vehicle doesn't roll away and put the vehicle in park and all of that. But in the peak of the summer, when the time is extremely hot, why would you want the driver to turn off the van, and then the van is gonna be extremely hot, that when the driver comes back into the van, they are burning up. And then because the stops are so close, you're not driving very far. By the time you should turn the engine over again and start the van, maybe the next 30 seconds or maybe a minute, you have to cut the engine off again. So the van is not getting any time to cool down. You understand? So this is one of the, yeah, I don't agree with it, but hey, you just gotta follow rules, you know what I'm saying? Especially in the step vans, when you're driving the step vans, that thing can get hot real quick. So hearing this, someone might believe that, oh, that job is hard, I'll never drive for Amazon and whatnot. I mean, to be honest, the rules and the expectations from time to time can be very frustrating, because Amazon is going to put a lot of pressure on the DSP just so, you know, the job is done. And then the DSPs are going to put pressure on the drivers. So that makes it hard at times, just saying. But if you look on the bright side, it's like every other job. Some days you're gonna have good days, some days you're gonna have bad days.
And that should deliver here. Chillax, son. What's up, pal?
Is equipped with a Netrodyne camera system. This device has 4 cameras. One facing you, which is watching everything that you're doing. It is monitoring your behavior. So whether you have a phone in your hand, whether you have your seatbelt on, if you take your eyes off the road, it will say distracted driver, and so on. That is what the front camera does. The one that is facing the road, it is monitoring your driving. It is monitoring your driving. So if you run the stop sign, it is going to ding you. If you are too close to a vehicle, it is also going to ding you. So let's say you're at the stoplight and the light changes to amber, but when you are close to passing the light, it changes to red and the camera picks it up. It will say that you run the red light even though you did not run the red light. So sometimes it can be inaccurate. The other 2 cameras, one on the left, one on the right, it monitors just pretty much when you're going in the vehicle, when you're coming out of the vehicle, and other activities that is happening more to the side of the vehicle. For the stop sign, I can say that the stop sign one is very annoying for me, because if you're in an apartment, if you're delivering at an apartment and Of course, you see that the apartment is not busy and there's a stop sign ahead of you. What is going to happen is you have to stop at that stop sign as well. Even if the coast is clear, you have to stop. If you don't stop, it's going to ding you, and then 10 minutes later or 5 minutes later, you're going to, your DSP is going to call you and say, hey, you just ran a stop sign. Make sure you don't run any more stop sign and whatnot, because Amazon is getting all of those notifications as well. So yeah, you're being watched 24/7. That's pretty much it. How can I forget the most important thing when you're delivering with Amazon or when you're delivering in general? You want to make sure that your packages are organized when you leave a station, or if you rather to do it when you're at the station or when you're at your first stop. Just make sure that you find some time to organize your packages, because this is going to be very critical in how you deliver and the time that you finish. Because once your packages are organized, you will not spend a lot of time searching into bags and looking all over in the van for one single package. So just organize it and you'll be good to go. You can just grab and go. So I believe that this is the most important thing for every delivery driver: organization. So regarding salary, every state will pay different based on their pay scale and the minimum wage and other factors. But for North Carolina, which is where I deliver, Durham to be specific, I believe the pay is around $17 an hour, somewhere there. Because when I just started working for Amazon, it was about $17.50 or $16.50. I don't remember exactly. But the most important thing is to note that step van drivers do make more than the regular drivers. I think they make $2.50 more or $3, depending on the company. It depends on the company. And yes, you are going to have more packages. You are going to have more stops because you have a bigger delivery vehicle. So you're expected to do more. But it's not a big difference, because you already know the more money that you pay is the more money that you earn, I should say, is the more tax that you pay. So it's not like, oh, you're a step van driver, so you're gonna make like $500 or $600 more than the regular drivers. No, the more you make is the more tax you pay. So it's not gonna be far off. So if you would like to work for, oh no, not work for Amazon, but if you would like to deliver Amazon packages and work for a DSP that works for Amazon, then you can check out Indeed.com. That is where I sent in my application and it was approved. Or you can, if you know of a delivery station in your area, then you can check out the delivery station and then see if you see anyone outside. Maybe you want to go around 10 o'clock. They're about 9:30, 10:30. That's when Amazon roll out their deliveries. And I'm speaking for North Carolina. I'm not sure if it's the same for all states, but around that time, you can go and see if you see some workers and then ask for the DSP and just let them know. Maybe they will redirect you to the website, or you might never know. They might just employ you right away. I'm just saying, not saying that's the case, but it's a possibility. Again, it's not a hard job. Over time, you will get used to the rules, and I mean, rules is what govern the people, for people to not go out of line. So rules is not a bad thing, but I do agree that sometimes Amazon is just too much, especially with the vehicle of compliance when it is summertime. But apart from that, just make sure that you bring your water, make sure that you have your food, and you'll be good to go. Oh, and one more thing is, when you're delivering, make sure that you take your breaks. It is very important that you take your breaks, because I was a victim of this, where I would say, okay, I'm going to deliver for a certain amount of time and then I'm going to take my break at 3 o'clock. But then you're so caught up in trying to finish, and then when you look, you have a heavy route, so you're just moving, and then you realize that you're just working, and then it's 7 o'clock, almost time for you to go home, and you didn't even have a little snack. Just make sure that you take care of yourself. If you have any questions about anything regarding delivering Amazon packages, you can just comment below, and of course I will respond to you. They also have Amazon Flex. I think that Amazon Flex, it is Amazon who directly employ those persons. I believe so. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But I think it's under Amazon or something like that. It's not under a DSP that when you see those flex drivers pull up at your door, it's not Amazon per se. But yeah, any questions or any concern, any comment, just let me know. If you like this video, of course you give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I have more of these contents coming out that you will learn a lot. So